With the rise of the maker movement, we're seeing a ton of low-cost, easy-to-use robotic kits enter the market. Today, we're here with Pramod Abichandani from LocoRobo, who is in fact one of the latest and probably the most impressive robotics kit that we've come across in recent months. Thank you for joining us, Pramod. Can you tell us a little about your LocoRobo IoT robot?
Thank you for having me. LocoRobo is an educational robot. It is a part of an overall ecosystem that is meant to drive technically rigorous programming experience, an educational experience. You'll see that a lot of times, these low-cost robotic kits that we get as a result of the maker movement are great to start tinkering with, but they lack the rigor that efficient programming requires. And much like most of our smartphones these days, once a robot is built, the magic is in programming, it's in the software.
And this is, coming from an educator, this was actually born out of frustration, correct?
Yes, it is true. When I was getting my PhD, which focused on multi-vehicle systems, multi-robot systems, we used to buy these really expensive research-based robots that had the same sensors that LocoRobo has now, and I would spend a lot of time just programming them as opposed to working on the algorithm development that was the focus of my PhD thesis. So during that time, that idea was born that we really need to provide a nice kit that has a rigorous programming ecosystem and a support system that can quickly allow makers and engineers to prototype their applications and algorithms.
And like a number of do-it-yourself kits out there today, we're seeing the emergence of Atmel seems to be in nearly almost every single thing that we come across. This is in fact Atmel powered, and can you tell us a little bit more about the technology behind it all?
Oh, absolutely. Atmel, for me personally, was love at first sight. I was a freshman in college and I started using the AVR microcontrollers, and since then I've been using the AVR microcontrollers. But that apart, if you notice in today's market, there's hardly a microcontroller that has the kind of penetration that Atmel has, especially due to the Arduino revolution. We see that a lot of people are using Atmel technology, and we wanted to tap into that technology base, we wanted to tap into that user base, and we wanted to provide them with the kind of platform that does not exist yet.
And lastly, what I find really interesting about this is, unlike a lot of other robotic kits and a lot of other projects out there in general, this actually grows with you. So a young maker, a kindergartner, a first grader could get their first LocoRobo, and by the time they graduate the college, it'll be something entirely different, correct?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, the goal here is that we bring in our students, our users into the programming ecosystem, and as an entry level, we provide our iOS or Android apps, and these apps have a great sort of graphical programming interface. But as soon as our users get used to that, we kind of pipe them into one of the 4 different languages that we're supporting through our APIs, that is Python, C, JavaScript or Node.js, and ultimately MATLAB, which is a scientific software. And so yes, technically the idea is that as the student, as the user grows in their programming proficiency, they start using more sophisticated languages, which ultimately helps them make the robots do more sophisticated things.
Very cool. So it takes you from learning, inspiring them to pursue a discipline in STEM to actually becoming a full-blown engineer.
Absolutely, that's the idea.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Thank you very much.